See, I can't resist your body. See, I don't want to another day, baby. The way that I am feeling about you, baby, I don't know, baby, I love you, baby, I love you. But the girls they want me, but that you are see, baby, I don't do, baby, that you are want to, see me that you are desire, I go until you are no go tired. See baby that you are desire, I go until you are no go tired. Shango Mongo playing game money give I tell you say I love you, come on baby. Then it's also say you not good for me. I know my baby for me. You make me the feel I'm over. I know that you just with my body. My baba, original baba. Cover me, my baba. I know it's any other baba. My baba, original baba. Cover me, my baba.
At this time to say good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. And welcome to another deciding edition. As a matter of fact, the first presentation since the change in the time is 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 11 p.m. in Liberia, 12 a.m. in other parts of Europe. Again, I have been blocked by Facebook. I can't share the video, so I will be depending on you to please share the video for all of us tonight. So I don't know, for some reason they said they blocked me up until April, so I won't be able to share any video. So you might want to please help us out in sharing the video tonight. I'd like to say the big welcome to NPen as always. I also like to say the big welcome to Lady Brooks Rabbits. Kemon Wonuke is in the building, and don't be surprised. Oh, look who's back. Patricia Peters is in the building. Clarissa Yuma Williams is also here. She says good evening, and Anpin also says good evening. And folks, again, don't worry about the numbers. Just continue to share the video. That most people are not used to the change in time. Our regular schedule was at 8 p.m. Now we brought it back to 6 p.m. so that people in Africa, especially Liberia, can have the opportunity to follow us as well. So you might just want to join us in sharing the video tonight. And Mr. Habiba Clinton is already buzzing out of Liberia. And Habiba is here out of Liberia already. And very shortly we're going to join him. And then later on we're going to join Lady Brooks as well. As soon as we get signal from Lady, we're going to join her as well. But in the meantime, folks, today is Monday, the 10th of February 2020. And we're coming to you from Detroit, Michigan. This is where I stay. And we're coming this time from Studio B. Right in downtown Detroit at the corner of Woodward and Jefferson. I also like to say the big thanks to my production assistants, the cameraman, the sound engineer, all these young men for the job well done. And I also love to say the big thanks to my Liberian crew, Mr. Habiba Clinton, along with Bob Boley and Israel Duncan. Folks, tonight's program has been brought to you by Mr. Emmanuel Dokele. Mr. Emmanuel Dokele is in fact our chief patron for the night, and he has instructed his friends and associates to inform all of you that they will have free food and free drinks in the VIP tonight. So just so you know, okay? And somebody special going to be popping in tonight. A special guest going to be popping in tonight from Morocco. Perfect Key going to make his presence felt here tonight. Briefly. So look out for Perfect Key. He's going to be coming in very soon to make his presence known. Okay? And as always, folks, people harm your relatives, your loved ones, and I know you need some type of closure. So join me in support of the war crime code and the economic crime code. You know, let us have closure. You know, we can have those murderers and people who did bad things to you flying around the streets of Liberia, the Morovia, and they ride decent cars, and everything you see, then you get angry. You know, let the law take its course. You know, let the people be brought to justice. So, join me in support of the World and Economic Crime Courts. Okay, and tonight we are going to be bringing you an update, and I want to, as always, say a big thanks to all of you who, all of you who turn out in support of the daughter of the late Mary Ann Forson, Liberia's ambassador in Senegal that passed away in Tunisia. Okay, so we had the daughter coming briefly to say thanks to all of you. And later on, Mrs. Roberts will tell us how much we raised so far for this young lady and her siblings. You know, it's really tough in a country where she doesn't know how to get around. And to see her go through this, I think you people did extremely well in coming out in your numbers to support this young lady. So she's going to show up briefly tonight, along with the president of the Liberian Association in Tunisia. They're both going to be appearing tonight to just say thanks to all of you. Again, Habibat and the rest of the crew, Sispat and Sis Leti, to join the rest of the folks to share the video. Again, people are not used to the change in time. You know, it take time, but they would later on come. Okay, and some people that are already following will see that notification. They will join us tonight. Miss Charlotte Roberts, we want to say a big thanks to you. We want to hear about the current event. Okay, just relax. And Michelle, Obonagirl, Batu, it says, Gongba Toure, and Catherine Mensko is all here tonight, chilling. And we'll also see Mr. Lama Shepherd, wonderful late May, Dollar Baby Kima is in the building as well. And when Celia Johnson just made it back from Clay Ashland, I'm told she and Hawaii Meshgav went and on the way back, they got in contact with Molba Molu and Summit Way. So they are going to be giving us update as well tonight. Georgia Gulf for Liberty is also on here tonight. And I see Mr. Joe Williams. Joe Williams is in the building. Rebecca Jogbo is in the building as well. Amos Tupuson Jr. is also in the building. And Tupuson is telling us about Gats is walking from Ghana to Liberia. And the thing here is Josephus Charles Thomas is also here as well. Vidal Campbell, she just celebrated her birthday last week. Congratulations for 1 year older. And I received some disturbing news at the weekend concerning the gasoline shortage. You know, Liberia is like the dump site now in the sub-Saharan region. You know, so the last consignment I went to Liberia before the gasoline shortage, Sierra Leone actually refused the consignment. Said it was too low grade. But then Liberia is the dump site where we can't say no to anything. You know, we allow you to bring all these things in the country. You know that the show starting a little earlier today. I'm on at 6 o'clock instead of 8.
Oh, okay. We'll tell later.
All right. So the refusal for Sierra Leone had Lucia to send a statement. Have you noticed why when you take a brand new car to Liberia, after 3 to 6 months, your car starts to smoke? It's because of the low-grade gasoline that they take down there. And not only the gasoline, even with the rice. Low-grade rice from India. Because they say, our staple diet is rice. So they just bring all this mess and we eat them. At the end of the day, our people get sick. If you notice the cases of diabetes in the country, you will be shocked because of the low grade rice. And I was listening today from the people who came to give us update on the coronavirus. They are saying our people are eating rats in Liberia now. And they say they have advised them not to eat rats because you will get lots of fever. But then, George, we are destroying the country. The people ain't got nothing to do. They ain't got no food to eat. They can't find meat. They can't even afford to buy a moment. So, you know, and most of those rats now have grown big because you see them get a tabadu. The people eating rats, some of them are eating dogs now. Because this is what George Weah said our country should bow down to. And my people, this is just so sad for our country. Why George Weah is not calling the Minister of Commerce about this gasoline business, why he's not calling the NPA, and when they finally they confessed it was a dredging problem, why he's not calling the managing director of the LPRC. You want to know why the prices of gasoline is so high? The Minister of Commerce said, do not sell gas to people carrying gallons to the gas station. But these boys that take the gallons to the gas station, when they meet the gas station attendant, they gave him $200-300 in bribe. And guess what? They will sell the gas to them for $605 or $650. They bring the gasoline and sell it for $1,200. In some instances, they sell it for $1,400 to $1,500. You know, I've never seen this kind of thing. And one of the new players that we're going to introduce tonight is called diversionary tactic. If George Weah said the urgent care, aka the 14 military hospital, we call it urgent care because that's not even a hospital, it's an urgent care. If you say the urgent care is 95% complete, why you can't focus and solve the problem of gasoline in the country? But you block the entire traffic today. You go to shuffling to go just look in the urgent care place there. You know, why the people are suffering, people can't even get around. Now, Liberia has collapsed. If you don't even know, Liberia has collapsed because in this day and age, we worry about petty things in the gasoline then. While other countries are moving up, thinking of bigger and better things. I mean, when will we come to our senses? That sweat, the not sweat the country is so that we can't come to our senses, my people. You have a president we know he left from his right. You know, he ain't no A from Bullfrog. And the people say, send the boat people giving us a hard time, can't do something yet, the brother man. Instead of he talking about solving the gasoline problem that is killing the people in Liberia, he goes to the urgent care. Now they got new name for Liberia and say Liberia us out now. So us out will be playing. Liberia is us out. You can't find tissue. Now when the people do them on two, they take the sandpaper and rub it in their hand. And when the sandpaper gets soft or small, then they wipe their behind with it. And what are people doing now in Liberia? Under George Weah's administration. This is so sad for our country in this day and age. And folks, again, if you're just joining us, Facebook has blocked me. I can't share the video. So, and your friends are not my friends. So please do us a favor by sharing the video as well. At this time, I'd like to go to Monrovia, Liberia, where Mr. Habiba Clinton is standing by. Habiba, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the show.
Good evening, Ashford, and good evening, everyone.
I know you sound much better now. The fact that the time has changed. So it's about 11 o'clock in Liberia, so you feel a little upbeat, correct?
I'm all right. Yeah, good.
Well, bring us up to speed, my brother. What is unfolding in Liberia?
Yeah, well, you were just deliberating on the issue of gasoline. The gasoline issue has not been unusual. It's something that will be alarming over and over and over and over, even down to the print media. Been taking the airway, calling the attention. But it's like one thing in the country you live. There was an old man called Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Franklin. Old man Franklin said, "Be careless with every little thing leads you to big trouble." From the onset in December, almost in January, January, yes, the early stage, we've been talking about issue of this gasoline issue for over and over. There have been nothing being done to address the case. As you just lay it, but the only thing on the inside, this where Bridge Radio have the insight to give all of the investigative aspect of what's unfolding. Now, Total is the only importer that has gas in Liberia. As I speak, Total is the only importer that has gas in Liberia. And now, what's happening there has something to do with the distribution is not equally shared. What am I talking about? Total is keep talking about the amount of money used on the world market to purchase this gasoline. They brought that into the country before the dredging took place. If the government, because government is very serious in the negotiation process, and telling Total, can you please help make sure these things happen and bring the gasoline price down. Gasoline price, just you put it, was $605 Liberian dollars. And now Total have some problem with adding up $9 to the same. So at the end of the day, if you're trying to talk about the price of gasoline at the various Total gas stations, you're talking about $635. So Total is saying that they're going to be losing on the market. That have been some of the major problems that are unfolding. But this government has not really been fair to telling the people what's being unfolding. They keep talking about gasoline in the country, but who owns the gasoline? Is that LPRC? Is that who? Has not been the negotiation process has not been fair in the process. So all the kind of thing, Commerce Minister, Western Tapper, the LPRC Managing Director, they all have been creating some embarrassment on the market, Ashford. So as I speak to you, the prices from different angles, not the same. Total is selling the gasoline, distributing that to other importers, and other importers are served as retailers. And just I'm speaking this morning in Kakata, gasoline now is sold there for 2,000 Liberian dollars. And anybody who have been there, you make a connection, you listen to us, they will give you what I'm talking about. So the issue of gasoline has not been managed or handled by this government. They have been manipulating the process, like maybe they want to second, or maybe making people to second to them that they're still doing the right as best they can. So be careless with every little thing leads you to big embarrassment or leads to big trouble. What's ongoing, Ashford?
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the voice of our country correspondent, Mr. Habiba Clinton, live from Liberia. Miss Patience Day-Slow, welcome to the show. Othello Grisby, welcome to the show as well. And ladies and gentlemen, we are now on the field. Let us quickly bring you the national anthems for both countries, Liberia and Societal Ills. We'll bring you the lineups for both teams. And of course, then we're going to introduce Mrs. Letitia Brooks Roberts as she brings her up to speed concerning the money raised for our younger sister who lost her mother in Tunisia.
I put your body to the dust. Let people like me on nuts. Let the people that shut out more. When I tell you what you said, and you see that girl living up, that's why because you not get no job. Telling people how she had enough. But no, log at more. All the trust are the force of the critics. The only thing we see that wretches, they just talking how they trying to play it. Then I walk in and love you were bringing for 250 for iron. So, to be that can you go pepper soup. The gas fire way and money coat. What? Proper.
The gas is well in a morning coat. And that's the national anthem for Societal Ills. Let us now take a listen to the national anthem of the Republic of Liberia. And of course, we have these people to perform for us tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this great political soccer game tonight between the Liberia national team, the Lone Star, and of course, Societal Ills. And as always, we're going to give you the lineup for the strangers, and we have lies to be in the goalpost for the strangers tonight. We also have rhetoric. Liberian will say rhetorics. Then we'll have economic sabotage. We also have theft of property. Then we have criminal conspiracy and misapplication of entrusted funds. We also have ghost employees, power theft, D-hole, cover hole, borrowing initiative, wasteful spending, witch hunt, tribalism, police brutality, sex for job, and for the Lone Star team, we have Central Bank. We also have Samuel Toy, Bill Tuawe, aka Gorilla Foster Child, and then Samuel Toy is in fact Lebose Baboon. And we also have for the Lone Star team, Besson Gafine, from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, aka the Sunshine Mate. Then we have Akaras Moses Gray, aka Opion King Kong. We also have Molba Molo, Liquor Talk. George Weah is on the field, Greedy Hunter, me, myself, and I, Sunshine. You know, give me more time to steal. You know, George Weah has all kinds of AKAs. George Weah has the deer on his back, the fallen tongue on the side, and of course the smallest squirrel is also down there for him. Then we have Nathaniel McGill, aka the Minta President, anything I say that a. Then we'll also have the Agriculture Ministry, the Ministry of Health, Gender Ministry, Forestry Development Authority, Public Works. Then we have Wilson Tape, aka Two Left Feet. We also have Zuka Wilson, Jefferson Koji, Joey Secret Killer. Jefferson Koji is also on the field tonight. And folks, I'm telling you, this game promises to be a very big one tonight. And then for the substitution, oh man, you need to check out the listing of the substitution tonight. There's so many. Yeah, there's so many tonight. We got sex trafficking, money laundering. We also have Republica, not a prosecutor. Not a prosecutor is one of the players. Then we got Von Von, aka Drunker, aka Von Von. Then we got unemployment, hard time. We also have outside toilet. Liberia Union and outside toilet. Then the thing why Joria call hospital, they call it urgent care now. So urgent care, aka 14 military hospital. Then you know that he went to there to see that the urgent care there, you see that the big care hospital you're going to put that urgent care. You know, George Weah should have taken that money, put it into JFK, and bring JFK back to pre-war JFK. But you know, the country people, we are all about ourselves. We want to be the one to say, yeah, let me do the one here. Our forefathers built JFK. Why would it take for you to revamp JFK so that your officials, when they get sick, they stay right in Liberia and go to JFK? You now go build the urgent care now. You see that hospital. What kind of trouble is this? I mean, equip JFK with the dialysis machine, everything that you need about the CAT scan machine, have it right there. But you said no, you are going to bring in your own hospital. He wants everything in his name. Look, George Weah is the social part of Liberia. They have 172 hands. But George Weah wants to eat 172 times before anybody else can eat. So as a result, all in the social daisy, 14, 172 times George Weah will eat before anybody can eat. George Weah has now become the social power in Liberia. He wants everything for himself. Then we have pay as you go. When your country reach to a stage where they say pay as you go, then you know you got a problem. We ain't got no credit. We have abused our overdraft protection privileges. So before Liberia buy anything, you got to pay cash. We can't even get a 15 cell phone in our name in Liberia. That's why they call Liberia outside toilet. Liberia is not country look-alike. Liberia is a country to be. We are starting over. We're close to a country, but we're not a country yet. That's why we got paid as you go on the field tonight. Everything Liberia wants now, you gotta pay cash. George Weah came in, went to the World Bank, stole from the World Bank. They have money in the World Bank that since the Ebola thing came before, just in case something happens, you can have money to spend. George Weah instructed someone to stole the money from there. George Weah didn't stop there. He went to the donors fund. When you do things and your friends, your international partner call you and tell you, say, my man, please put our money back. Yeah, you and your little brother stay in the house now. You can't tell the brother money. Well, I'm telling your brother. Then your brother see you in the street and disgracefully tell you, say, my man, why you took my money? Then you say, I borrow it. You can't borrow something without telling me. Then the corner they say that borrowing initiative. When they come and do it, you see the man steal. When it comes to you, then you say you're borrowing all that investment. Is that how we're going to run the country? Then we also had desperation, drugs abuse, no light, no gas. Then they got a player called hypocrisy. Anything George Weah does, that all law and gospel. You can't question him. That's what they're saying now on the field. Then we got statutory rapists. They are raping all the small girls in the town. As long as you are 13, 12-year-old now, you big woman for those people in the country. You know, in the 80s, when those soldiers were raping people, you know what they ended up doing? Chair Chipo was the justice minister then. They took them to the beach and put them on firing squad. So if you rape somebody, they take you and put you on firing squad. In this day and age, they put your toto on fire. Then your friends then see you. Then they disgrace you publicly. So now when you see a 13-year-old girl that is young enough to be your grandchild, you will not see her as a girlfriend. You're in power. You bring your nieces and your daughters from up interior, they become your sex slaves. And when you hear the people that say Liberia sweet, nothing sweet about Liberia. No safe drinking water, no medical supply. You get sick. If you don't take it out of the country, you die. When you hear them say Liberia sweet, then they're talking about drinking and having sex with small girls. That's what they talk about. And that's why most of them can't live in the real world, because why would you 53-year-old, why would you and a 22-year-old girl be talking? What kind of conversation you will have? And that's why they love to stay in Liberia. Landsman number 1 is the Senate. Landsman number 2 is the House of Representatives. And the chief referee is the Supreme Court of Liberia. And folks, I'm telling you, the March Commissioner is the executive mansion. And I saw the video today where the Chief Justice was in line. He wanted to bolt this away. That they would know you thing. Wanted to carry nepotism there. And I'm told they refused to get him gas. They said everybody being in line for 5 days. Look, I said the country that real outside toilet. You saw people throwing bottle back on the head going to gas station. In this day and age. Then Joshua said he's going to visit the urgent care. The urgent care is not complete yet. But you go in there, we got crisis on hand. The country has collapsed. For you to go and see about how we can bring gas so the people can move from place to point A to point B, you say you want to look at the urgent care. The ball is now in the middle of the field. The ball comes to urgent care. Urgent care looks around. Business put it in the middle. The ball comes to borrowing initiative. Back to urgent care. Urgent care to outside toilet. Outside toilet looks around. Will he make it? No, he doesn't. The ball comes to borrowing initiative onto police brutality. Police brutality to wasteful spending onto sex trafficking. The ball comes to drunkard, aka Von Von. Von Von looks around to unemployment to hard time. Hard time to outside toilet. Outside toilet to urgent care, aka 14 military hospital. Urgent care looks around to pay as you go. Pay as you go to desperation. Desperation to drugs abuse. Drugs abuse to no gas, no water. No gas, no water, no light. Then the ball comes to Weabola. Weabola to stupidation. Stupidation back to Weabola. Weabola to unemployment. Unemployment to drunkard, aka Von Von. Von Von looks around to corruption. Corruption to ungrateful cobra. Ungrateful cobra to paving way. Paving way to please pay my way onto strategic marriage. Strategic marriage looks around to I like my business private to decentralized down view internal for D-hole cover hole. D-hole cover hole to Opium King Kong. Opium King Kong looks around to White Tea Black Hat onto Seattle to Viagra. Viagra to Beta Cola. Beta Cola to Papa Dream Mama Happy onto Koshiako. Koshiako to I play 6-5. I give you 6-4. I play 6-5. I give you 6, aka Ludu. The The ball comes to Lulu President. Lulu President to our place is 5. I gave you 6. AKA Lulu. Lulu looks around the gas shortage. Gas shortage back to Lulu. Onto app. I gave you a place is 5. I gave you 6. AKA Lulu. The manager won't play Lulu. The ball comes to Koshiako. Koshiako back to our place is 5. I gave you 6. Then Lulu. Lulu looks around the gas shortage. Gas shortage to Rash Cassidy. Rash Cassidy looks around. He make it. No, he doesn't make it. The ball comes to D-Ho cover hold. D-Ho cover hold to Gorilla Foster Child. Will he making his movie dipping out of the field? The ball comes to Labase Babu. Will he making no his show? The ball is way off target. Making it no trouble now to the Liberia national team.
Champion.
4 people got money in the country.
Champion.
Samuel Toy, Nathan McGill, George Ware, Gorilla Foster Child, Bill Twawe. They got all the money in the country. Everybody else they're faking it. The ball back to Akara's Gray, aka Opion King Kong. Opion King Kong looks around back to Molba Molu, aka Lekotor. Lekotor to George Ware. George Ware double shovels. He beats home and puts over the team. The ball comes to Nathan McGill. He making it. He doesn't. The ball has been taken away to my agriculture. Agriculture Ministry to help. Which she making it. She doesn't. The ball comes to General Ministry. General Ministry looks around. When they put these laws in place at the General Ministry, there was no social media. So because somebody got on social media and they can't express themselves no more, right? They can't even joke now. You got this joker for a president. So this young lady, the data analyst at the gender ministry, loses her job because she got on the social media and expressed herself in this day and age. Then the gender minister, people now are taking the thing like George Weah told the Crown people that he was going to revenge for them. So Peaceful City Tower, Crown Gate now is going after a Gilgate. I thought we were done with this the tribalistic idea. You didn't fire the woman because the woman can't perform her job. The woman on her spare time got on the social media and tried to express herself. You fire her. Is that what the handbook said at the gender ministry? Sometimes some of these things, then we have got to be very careful how we do these things. You gender minister, you in Minnesota, they're on in section 8 housing. You know, and the way the U.S. law works is that when you make over $100,000, you got to, declare, show some type of instant situation that you're paying taxes. You have all these World Bank funds coming your way. You recruited all your friends from Minnesota, brought them to Liberia, employed them as consultants. They're making $4,000 a year, $5,000 a year. You Peaceful City Town. Somebody is working hard to feed a family. Professional young lady, or civil service. She's not even a presidential appointment. And you fire this girl because she got on the social media and was saying things that are not even that regular thing. Oh, let me get my crew friend to Kevin to go watch the game. You can give them the trophy, get them the second place trophy, and all that kind of stuff. And you took it to her and said, oh, they went on the social media and started talking X, Y, and Z. Then this now you call country. This is a country lookalike. This is outside toilet. Habiba, is Leti in?
I'm not getting any signal from Leti. It says Leti yet.
Okay. Back to the field of play, folks. I'm telling you this afternoon at the SK Sports Complex, no go to either side, no go to Liberia, and no go to Society. The ball comes to Lebose Babon, aka Samuel Toy. Lebose Babon, baseman puts to the timber. He sends it foul now being intended for Bill Twawe, aka Gorilla Foster Child. Gorilla Foster Child, baseman puts to the ball comes to Sam Blue, aka Askisa in chief. He looks around to Busting Gafine, aka Joshua Ahmed to Akaras Moses Gray, aka Opion King Kong. He looks around, he baseman puts to the timber. The ball comes to Nathan McGill. After Joey, anything I say that Joey would do. Nobody can tell me anything but George Weah because the player I put George Weah here. Nobody can take him from there, And then the spectators, the female spectators, they are going to be funding the team to play soon. I see the Clark Weir, Piso City Towers, Afua Grade, Emma Glasgow. These are the people when George Weah is tested. He just called one of them. You see, give me some in the drink. North in Abondo, the George Weah, Ornet handbag, Joa, Nancy Cassell, Polito Huawei, Polito Week, all these people. Then we'll also see the Abigail Wilson, Little Sherman, Diana Nemo, aka Ice Cream, all these people on the field. Mama C Kaba and them, Memuna Carr, Nima Pearson, Princess Tukland, the cheerleading squad for George Weah. They're all on the field this afternoon, folks. I'm telling you, we're bringing you play-by-play description this afternoon. No score to either side, no score to Liberia, and no score to societal ills. Back to the field of play, the ball comes to money laundering. Money laundering looks around to police brutality, onto wasteful spending to sex trafficking to borrowing initiate onto Weabola looks around to Nessie Pasqua looks around to Drunko, aka Von to unemployment, onto hard time to please pay my way to Alsa Tolly, aka Liberia. Alsa Tolly look around to Urgent Care, aka 14 Military Hospital to pay as you go to desperation, onto drugs abuse to no life, no gas, and no water. The ball comes back to Weabola onto between me and you, sensible down for intended for hypocrisy onto me, myself, and now. The ball comes to seek offensive to misplaced retaliation. The ball comes to murder to territorial rape onto retaliation. Will he make it? No. The ball comes back to insurrection onto presidential Brian Envelope. Presidential Brian Envelope looks around to provocation. The ball comes to witch hunt to monkey web Babunjo onto Boyo to country local life. The ball comes to border wide open, $5 to cross the border, $10 to cross the border. Any number can win. So we can't pay the border patrol officer. So when you bet father, you can bring drugs in the country and nothing can happen. So every now and then you see people all on drugs. And guess what? 65% of the people that wanted to join the military in Liberia, they all failed the drug test. In fact, the people that are administering the drug test, they themselves failed the drug test too. But you know what? George Weah will hire them. George Weah is going to hire them. George Weah doesn't give a damn about Liberia. George Weah is going to hire the people that failed the drug test. 60% of the people that went to apply to join the AFL, they failed the drug test. But George Weah will still hire them because he wants to build his private army. Back to the field of play. The ball comes to country local leg onto border wide open, aka $5 to cross the border. Then the ball comes to the return of the fugitive. Then the JR push it on the death squad to incompetent 14 to shit from the waist below onto sex for job to mattress on the back to Hank McCurtain. The ball comes to D-hole cover hole to downstairs open T, aka Perfect Key, downstairs open T to a thread on the needle. The ball comes to presidential Brian Envelope to Johnny Tierbo. Johnny Tierbo looks around to sex for passing grade. Then the ball comes to Sudoku to Kukatona to market web Babun draw again. The ball comes back to D-hole cover hole. Will he make it? No, he doesn't. The ball is offside. Back to the field of play. The ball comes to economic sabotage to Retrix. Retrix looks around to Telfer Property. Telfer Property to Ghost Employees. Ghost Employee looks around to Power Tech. Power Tech to D-hole cover hold down to Brian Envelope. Will he make it? No, he doesn't. The ball comes to wasteful spending onto Witch Hunt. Witch Hunt to Trouble Listen onto police brutality to sex for job. Sex for job losing the ball to Samuel Toy, aka Leprosy Babon. Leprosy Babon to Bill Twawe, aka Gorilla Foster Child. Gorilla Foster Child looks around to Ask Kesa in Chief, aka Senglu. Senglu looks around to Akaras Moses Gray, aka Opion King Kong. Opion King Kong to Molba Molu, aka Liquor Talk. He beats so many people to the team. The ball comes to Natino Magale to Agriculture Ministry. Agriculture, the Ministry of Health, back to Agriculture. Listen, the Agriculture Minister, don't get me wrong, she's a qualified woman. I listened to the hearing, the confirmation hearing, and she says some astute things. But knowing George Weah, George Weah and his gangs of thieves and gangsters, because I remember before Christmas, George Weah in an interview with ELBC said the people needed somebody practical for agriculture so that the World Bank can send money. And then 2 weeks later, his press secretary, Solo Kekwe, he said, until we can get somebody practical, the World Bank will not come in. So they went and this lady came and George Weah said, I think this is the most qualified candidate ever. But this woman will bring in money to agriculture, try to revamp agriculture, and George Weah then would do the whole cover hole where he can rob Paul and pay Peter. And she would get frustrated and leave that place because these boys are not ready for serious business. And people say you come here, you just hate the president. Nobody hates George Weah. If George Weah had come to power doing all the right things, that trying to make sure we have a stable electricity, safe drinking water, where we can't be passing it around head to scatter for gasoline. But the boy started to enrich himself at the expense of Liberia, the poor Liberian people. They said, oh, the man hired money. What? Joe Ware hired money, hired over $80 million. Why he didn't build the houses when he came to power? You had to wait to become politician, and when you begin president, then you start to build the thing. Nobody is stupid here. Nobody is stupid. Then you come now, you say, working with chest, I got 14 military hospital. You got an urgent care, Mr. President, in this day and age. You travel to a lot of countries. You don't know hospital when you see one. The ball comes to D hole, cover hole to 47. Ellen 47, what she making, no, she doesn't. The ball comes to power theft. Power theft to borrowing initiative. The ball comes back to wasteful spending. Wasteful tending to wish on. Wish on to trouble listen back to wish on. Wish on looks around to police brutality to sex for job. Sex for job looks around back to trouble listen onto police brutality to wish on. Wish on back to wish on. Wish on back to trouble listen onto wasteful spending to borrowing initiative to D hole, cover hole to power theft to ghost employees. Ghost employees to misapplication of interested funds. The ball comes back to economic sabotage. What she making, no, she doesn't. Then the boy comes to tell for property. Oh man. Back to the field of play. The ball came to corruption, to statutory rapists, onto dictatorship. What George Weah wants, George Weah gets. Dictatorship looks around to hooligans. And George Weah has got to be very careful. George Weah instructed Zoka Wilson to call the people of Nimba County hooligans. You know, you would depend on Nimba County that if you make it to 2023. You will also depend on the people of Lofat and Bong. And I will be very shocked if the vice president appeared as your running mate in 2023. I don't think it's going to happen because the bad blood there continues to just sprout, to come out. So if you can't have the VP on your side, that means that you can't win Bong County, you can't win Lofa. If you haven't apologized to the people of Nimba County for calling them hooligans, and then to add injury, salt to injury, you start sacking the Nimba people there now. This country is not for seditions alone. They are qualified Liberians. This country is not for people from the southeast alone. They are people from Nimba, Lofa, Bakolu, Monserrato, Cape Mount, you name it. But George Weah has all the important position filled from those in the southeast. And this incident with George Weah, let us just not make it about George Weah. It's not just George Weah alone. The people, most of the people from the southeastern region, they're very sectionalistic. Very sectionalistic. And I have something here for you to see. And this here will shock you. When Liberia educates you and you come abroad and go to school, what you can do in return is to go back to Liberia and help train others. Duplicate yourselves. But Nancy Doe, under the leadership of Samuel Doe, brought 26 of her relatives to America on government scholarships. Some of them came here, went to school. Some of them didn't know how to enter class. They were just here. They learned. Some of them got PhD, but they turned their back on Liberia. Liberia should be utilizing the expertise of all of you. You sent 26 of your tribal people, your relatives, to America to go to school at the expense of Liberia. Some of us still owe student loan because we came here the hustle with visitors, and then we have to regularize our status before going to school. And some of the names you got: Ted Doe, Asif Val, Gay D. Sled, Nora Jacob, Thomas Lamina, Thomas Weah, Josephine William Gola, Matthew Sawyer, Emma Breeze, Esther Talu, Mary Campbell, Patrick Zio, Dupy Bone, David Campbell. So many passed away. Oh, the late Willie Nemo. You know, Henry Lake, Baby Abe, Joseph Solo. One tribe, not even tribe, one particular session. Since 26 people in America. Crown people on scholarship. They come here, they turn their backs on Liberia. And the crown people are not only the one doing this. From the 60s and 70s, people came here too on scholarships. They abandoned, they don't even want to get Liberia name. Liberia shouldn't be struggling for instructors. Some of you came here, went to school, got educated on the taxpayer money. They're not us because we didn't send America on scholarship. If I came to America, you don't believe it. America on a visiting visa, 3 weeks visa, and 1 week for my visa to expire. Stay in Mauritania. You don't get money to buy a plane ticket. Who's gonna give it to you? When you wonder you have enemy jet get visa to come to America, all your friends will turn their backs on you. Even the one that have it, they can't help you. But some of you had the opportunity to come abroad on government scholarships. You get educated. You can't go back to Liberia. You think the thing George we are doing, it just started? No. It started way back because our people are wicked. Especially us that call ourselves the native people. You got more native people in the House of Representatives, more native people in the Senate, but it is all about themselves. It's all about themselves. They don't care for the common man. You should see how these people treat the people that work for them or live with them. You want to know some of them salary? Some of them are getting paid $30 US a month if they can get it on time. Some of them getting paid $20. But they talk to these people that these people are slaves. Yeah. Domestic abuse. See the way they talk to women in that country. And these are people that are supposed to be educated people. We say the thing, they say no. Back to the field of play. And again, shortly at halftime, folks, we're going to bring you up to speed with what's happening with the deceased ambassador. Let me see if we can make contact with Habiba and Latricia so they can bring us up to speed. Okay, I think I have Leti on the line. Hey, Leti, how you doing? I can hear you a little bit low, though. Hello? Mrs. Brooks Roberts, are you there? Okay. Well, welcome to the show. We're at halftime now. Please bring us up to speed. I don't know if the young man is sleeping that. Okay, that's what I would do. I think he's tired. Yeah, he tired. Yeah, he tired. He tired. Yeah, the man tired. Can't blame. You're waking her.
You're a yellow boy, say ya. You're a darling club, say ya. You're a golden boy, say ya. You're a yellow boy, say ya.
Okay, Mrs. Brooks, are you there now?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Good, loud and clear. Good, I can hear you. Again, folks, today's program has been brought to you by Mr. Emmanuel Decole, and he just asked for the large beer at VRP. Bring us up to speed, Mrs. Brooks, Roberts.
Yes, good evening, Mr. Garley, and good evening to our listening audience. Thank you for joining us on our new time change, which is 6 o'clock to 8 now. Again, as we celebrate Black History, we want to remember our own Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and what he about the silence of our friends. So as we speak on the issues of Liberia, we want to applaud you for your bravery, your courage to come on nightly to enlighten our people on the ills and of course some of the good things of our society. So at this time, I would like to say our patron of the week is Mr. Emmanuel Decole. Mr. Emmanuel Decole. Yes, congratulate him and we thank him for his support. I know I just read a comment where somebody said they should put Habiba on payroll. And these are some of the reasons why the support is so greatly appreciated. So Mr. Decole, we want to say thank you, our personality of the month.
Okay. Mrs. Roberts, I want to join you so that we can say congratulations to Mr. Emmanuel Decole, the chief patron of the month. And we are asking all of you, not only Decole, but all of you who have contributed to this cause. We want to say a big thanks to all of you for what you've done and continue to do for British Radio. This is just a small, low entity, and we're trying to build an institution here. Mr. Decole was going to Liberia, and I asked him, and I asked him to let me know when he was going, but then he didn't let me know. The next thing I know, he was in Brussels, and I said, "Man, I wanted to take some things to Liberia for the radio station back home." And he said, "Well, I said we needed the iPhone and one or two things." He said, "What? Not only will I buy the iPhone, but I will also get a tablet, so that the guys on the ground, coupled with this some assorted items for the radio and TV station in Liberia." So we want to deploy him for that. And then last week, Thursday, we heard about the alleged abandonment of the deceased minister from Senegal that passed away in Tunisia. And we decided to help out a little bit through your initiative, you the fans. You decided that we should come together and find something for the daughter of the late Mrs. Fosson. And Letty Brooks Roberts will bring us up to speed what she has in terms of tutor that will turn over to the daughter of the late Mrs. Fosson. But before we do that, I want the daughter to please